Hey guys, it's Jaclyn, and I don't know why I just did that. And today I wanted to show you guys how I clean my brushes. First off, I just wanted to say sorry if the volume and the echo is really bad in here. I'm just in my bathroom, so it's probably gonna have weird lighting and weird audio, but I apologize. I was just about to clean my brushes and I thought I might as well show you guys how I clean them. I know I was talking in a video before about how I clean my brushes, but I thought it might be easier if I just show you and explain it that way. So like I said before, I normally do a deep clean to my brushes once a week, but if I have any breakouts or sensitive spots, I clean my brushes right after I use them just to make sure that I'm nice and sanitary. So right here I have all my brushes that are dirty and need to have a good wash. So I'll start off by showing you how I clean my foundation brushes. So this is just the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and this is what I use to put on my foundation, so it's probably really dirty and really gross. So I'm just going to use the Lush Trichomania Solid Shampoo. It's a coconut shampoo, and I'll put the spelling in the description because it is a long word. I really like using solid shampoos for cleaning my brushes just because I find it's a lot easier. But you could totally use just a regular shampoo, or I know a lot of people like to use the Johnson baby shampoo because it's really gentle. But like I said, I just really like this one. So I just cut off a piece of the bigger piece that I have. So I'm just going to basically turn on the tap and swish it around in the soap and swish it around in my hand to get it clean. Something that's really important though is you don't ever want to get the water past the ferrule, which is this metal part right here. Basically inside of there it has the glue that holds all the brushes together, so you don't want to get it past up there. These brushes are a little different since they have a really long ferrule, but regular brushes like this tend to have the smaller ferrule, so it's a lot easier to get water up there. And yeah, you don't want to do that at all because your brush will completely fall off and fall apart. You also want to be careful too when you clean your brushes that you don't put on the heat too high, just because the steam and the heat of the water will help melt the glue as well and make the bristles fall out. So yeah, make sure it's lukewarm, but just not too hot. So I'm going to turn on the tap. I'm just going to get it wet, and I like to swish it around in the soap just because I find it picks up the product the most. And then just put that down. And I like to use the grooves of my fingers to help clean it out. I know you can buy special mats and gloves to clean your brushes, but honestly, this works just as good. Look at how gross that is. That is disgusting. Like I said, even if you don't get around to cleaning your brushes once a week, make sure that you clean your foundation brushes or the things that you put on your face, just because, I don't know, it's a really easy way to spread bacteria, and if you've had any breakouts, it's just not really sanitary. So clean your brushes, friends. Foundation brushes I find normally take the most work to get all the product out because there's normally a lot more built up in there. I'm just going to grab a bit more shampoo because this guy needs a lot of love. Okay, so now this is all white and all clean. You can see all the colors come out of it. I like to give them a little gentle squeeze as well, just to try to get the majority of the water out. I also kind of like to shape the brush back into its original form, I guess. This one's pretty easy because it naturally goes to that. So to let them dry, I just like to set them on a towel on my counter. I like to let the brushes hang over the edge so that way it's just not sitting in a pool of water and the water is traveling all the way up the ferrule. So ideally it's best to store them upside down. I know you can buy a couple of brush guards that you put around it so that way they can stand that way. I personally don't have any right now, but I find that doing this is working fine for me, so that's just what I've been doing. I'm just going to show you now how I like to clean smaller brushes. This guy's a flat shader brush. It's the MAC 239. So I'm just going to basically do the same thing. So I'm just going to dip a little bit of this in the water and then do a couple of swipes on the solid shampoo bar. With this one, since it is flat, you can't really mix it in a circle just because it'll get all the bristles going in weird directions. So just follow the natural direction of the bristles. So I'm going back and forth with this one versus swirling it around in my palm. So now that this one is looking nice and clean, I'm just going to shape it back into its regular shape and then lay that down on the side to dry. The last thing that I wanted to show you guys how to clean was the beauty blenders, because I know a lot of you guys have these. and they are actually really easy to clean, and you don't need to go out and buy the Beauty Blender cleanser. You can just use this regular soap or regular shampoo, they both work. This guy is super gunky and really in need for a clean. I'm sure you can tell by all the foundation on that. With the Beauty Blender, you can use a bit higher of a temperature just because obviously there's no ferrule and no glue that you have to worry about. And obviously with the higher the heat, the more like bacteria you kill and things like that. So I just saturated that in the water so that way it's all puffed up and big. And then I'm just gonna grab that shampoo again. And I'm just gonna kind of cover the Beauty Blender and all this shampoo. With the Beauty Blender too, you wanna make sure that you're not digging your nails too much into it. I'm sure you can see here there's some big pores and like scratches. That's because my nails like dug into it. Obviously, when you don't do that, your Beauty Blender is gonna last a lot more and you don't want those. Oh my gosh. That's so disgusting. Look at all that just living inside of that sponge. You will see a bit of the pink come out too. I found the first couple of washes, this guy lost tons of dye, but as I continue to wash it, the less and less amount of pink comes out. Okay, we need some fresh water. With the Beauty Blender, I do like to give it a couple of rinses just because sponges hold a lot more bacteria than a regular brush would. Okay, so now I'm just going to try to squeeze out all that shampoo and really get it clean. Okay, so this guy is looking pretty clean to me. So I'm just going to squeeze out all the water. Okay, so there you go, you've got a clean Beauty Blender. You can see it is kind of stained a bit, but you can't get this guy back to perfect unless you wash it like a million times, and I don't got time for that. So I'm just gonna pop this guy back into my Beauty Blender container and just like let it dry. Eventually it will like shrink back down and fit inside. You just gotta let it sit like overnight or something. So I'm gonna let that dry as well. So that is basically how I clean my brushes. I know this video was super quick and like unplanned, but I hope you guys got to see and really understand how I like to clean my brushes. The only thing that I didn't really cover was eyelash curlers. You definitely still want to sanitize those and give those a good clean once in a while. I don't necessarily clean my eyelash curler every week, which I probably should, but I clean it maybe like once a month kind of thing. So I like to just spray a little bit of like 99% alcohol on there and just give it a wipe down with like a little tissue. And I find that really sanitizes that. So yeah, that's basically how I clean all my little tools and beauty sponges and makeup brushes and things like that. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful and I will see you guys soon. Bye! Oh, I just knocked 8 things over in the tub. Oh god. Let's try that again. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys soon. Bye!